Hey YouTube, this is Go Via or Go Home. I'm coming to you from my layout today with a little bit of a product review. I picked up this Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system. A couple of different items here that we can go over, and I'll show you what they do and how easy this really is. Of course, there is upsides and downsides to it, so I'll try to cover as much as I can. So basically, this was released not too long ago. I think it was in February, early March, I guess. And basically, what we've got here is just a simpler way to do your lighting. They say you don't need tools, no soldering required and whatnot, which is great because for someone like me who doesn't normally like doing electrical work, this is very easy and it works for me. So of course you're going to pay a little bit more, but I mean, when the work's already done for you, of course, that comes with it. So we'll take a look at the different things that you can get. First, when you buy something like this, you want to start off with just like a hub kit. So basically, you get your controller, and this one comes with two lights, and then that's it. Of course, when you buy this, there's nothing that gives it power, so of course you got to buy the power supply. So I decided to go with the Just Plug, right? Because it's all the same connectors, and that'll connect into the hub, and it gives me power. So right off the bat, you're spending about, I think the MSRP on something like this is about $20, and it's another $20 for the power supply, so that's already $40. Okay, that doesn't give you the option to control the lighting off and on. It's going to always be on. This was another, I believe it was another 18 MSRP, I want to say, and this plugs into that, and it's basically just an off and on switch. Then you've got extra lighting, because I mean, you've got the option to add 4 lights there. That one comes with 2, so I got an extra 2. And just for 2 extra lights, you're looking at about $12. Now, I'll show you the just that basic setup there, just so that you have an idea of what we're working with. So that's it. That's the light hub there. There's 2 different ones. There's this one here, which has the red stripe, which is where you plug the lights into. And then there's an expansion hub, where you can plug this and 3 others into a little bit of a bigger hub to give you extra lighting. So imagine 4 of these hubs plugged into one bigger hub. So obviously you're going from 4 lights, 4, 8, 12, 16 bulbs you can have on just the one bigger hub with 4 little hubs. Then you can expand from there, but we'll just start with this for now. So that's just the basic hub there, where basically you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, the dimmers on there. See where this is? That's for the control, which is right there. I'll be plugging that into it, and the power outlet, which is right there, and then you've got your 4 plugs for lights. This one also comes with mounting screws, so does that one, which is great if you're making like a whole board with lights, if you've got like a whole city scene. So I've got my little city scene set up here. This one already has the lights in it. This one I'll just show you basically how easy it is to add the lighting. So we're just gonna go like this. Okay. So we're going to lift up the building. Now I've already pre-drilled 2 holes because I want the lighting hid under the table. Now this is that's the end where you would plug into, and you're looking at about a 2-foot long cable here. And that is the light. I don't know if it'll focus or not. Yeah, it's a sticky back, so you can stick it down. You can stick it to the surface of anything, really, as long as it's clean. So I'm just going to feed that through there. Now, I'm doing these two buildings differently. With this one here, because it comes in two sections, that flat piece there, basically I drilled a hole inside. So I have one sitting on top that's pointing upwards to light that. And I have one on the underside pointing down to light all that. Where this one here, because of the building, there's nothing separating the two halves. So I'm just putting the lights like that, and they're basically just going to shine upwards, and that'll take care of the whole thing. Now, typically, depending on the size of the building, you don't really need two lights, but because these are really large Bachmann buildings, I felt that basically I would need extra lighting for it, just to make sure that everything's at its optimal brightness, and then I can adjust it later. So it was just as easy as drilling two holes, putting it through, sticking it to the wood, because that's what the base is made of, or sticking it to the inside plastic, and then light it up. Now, it gives you other options here. Because of the way that I do my buildings, basically I spray paint the inside black beforehand. This kit here is the light block kit. Basically in the corners of the buildings, like the edges like that where they go together. Sometimes it's not always clean. I know my jobs aren't always perfect. So it's good to have this ribbon putty. And I'll show you the ribbon putty. It just, it almost looks like, it's like a stiffer Play-Doh. It's sticky. And it stretches really well. You can see. It's like sticky tack. Yeah, I'd compare it more to sticky tack than Play-Doh. But basically, you just stretch it out and you put it on the inside, run it along the edges. You get 2 rolls of that. Forget how long it is. Let's see if it tells me. But they call it 48 inches. 12, 24, 48. So 3 feet or a meter. So you get 2 of those, if that makes any sense. So you get 2 meter long rolls of the putty. So that actually allowed me to do along each corner of that building. And I didn't fully go all out on this one, but I did do a couple of edges that I felt that were pretty bad. And I still had some left over. These buildings are a little bit taller. I had this piece and a bit of the roll still left. So you're able to do, I want to say, a small town, depending on how well you put the buildings together. But you're able to do the small town with just the one package. Now, it also comes with the light blocking, which is, I'll show you this here. It's masking paint. The only problem is it's liquidy when you first get it, and then as it dries, it turns to almost like a rubbery clay almost. But the seal was broken, and when I received this, the whole thing is a big rubber ball that's stuck in here. Like, I did not use this at all. That was very frustrating because that itself cost about $25 for the masking paint and for the putty that runs along the inside. So I didn't use that at all. I was kind of annoyed with that because I can't even demonstrate to show how well that works. But it basically, you can block out the windows. If your plastic, because some plastic is a little thin, it might glow. That doesn't look realistic at all because you never see a brick house glow. The light should just be coming from the windows. So I didn't get to use that at all. And then there's the light diffusing system, which I did use a bit. You'll see part of the building done like that and part of it not done. It's only because I just didn't finish and still working on it, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how that works. So you get the window tint and the window screen. Basically, you just layer it. Comes with these little sticky bits where you just stick it to it and then stick it to the inside of the window. So you can see some of these where basically you can see right through. That doesn't look too realistic. But when you look at the main foyer there, it looks like it's almost like the blinds are shut, like it's a dark room. So now, because I've shown you all the products now, I'm just going to show you how we light this thing up. So I'm going to take the power cable. There's only one way for this to go in, and hopefully I do this right. Okay, see how it clicked in? You can hear it. So that worked. And I'm going to have to put this down for a second again. I'm going to take out, came out relatively easy, and I'm going to plug in the control. There we go. So just like that, 2 easy steps. Plug in, and from the underside I'm just going to plug in that light. So one light's in and another light. Oh, by the way, there's already resistors and whatnot on here already, so you don't have to worry about amperages and all that. Okay, so now I'm just going to plug that into there. Hopefully that works. This thing is... There we go. Okay, that works better. Okay. So, just to review, all I've done was remove the dummy plug, added the power supply, added the just plug control, and then 2 lights. And with the lights, all I did was drill 2 holes and feed them through. So let's see if this works. Oh, perfect. So now you can see that is the window, I guess, diffusing. So it looks like there's people, well, not people inside, but it looks like the light's on, and I guess up here, I mean, the windows are all lit up, but you can see inside, and it doesn't look realistic. So that's why the film gives it that much more of a realistic touch. You go like this. Now that's just that lighting. I can still add the other one here. I don't know if it's gonna be able to reach. Now this is my problem with it. Because of the cable, like each light that's in there is only about 2 feet long, like the cord. So if I've got this here and the width of my table from there to there is 2 feet, but I've already got the light going halfway up this, which is another 1.5 feet maybe. There goes all the cable. So then you have to go out and you have to get an extension cable, which is another $10 or $12. And because there's 2 lights in there, I have to get, well, they come in packs of 2, so it's not that bad, but it gives you an extra 4 feet, I believe. So I'd have to run spare cable from there, from wherever that one ends, all the way over. And if I'm deciding that, let's say I'm doing this as a like if I wanted to take a flat piece of wood and put all my hubs along here, attach the controller for it, then I'd have to make sure it all runs to that. And if it doesn't give you enough cable, then it's forcing you to go out and buy more. However, it is possible, I have seen, where you can get a cable, a power cable extension or whatever, and you cut it so that you're not buying one of those, and basically you just hook that to one of your basic train transformers, the accessory packages, and it'll still work. But I mean, I'm just doing this for the demonstration process. So now, the cool thing is that bar there, that bar will calculated it out. It should be about 48 lights in total, which means you're looking at about 12. My math might be really off. It would be about 12 of those and about 4 of the blue hubs. So you got the 4 blue hubs with 4, no, it'd be 16. So yeah, it'd be 4 of the blue hubs, 16 of these red light hubs, and then from the 16 times 4, my math is awful, but yeah, it's probably just over 50, but so not only have I proven that I'm horrible at math, but I don't really do this prepared, you know, with exact answers. I'm just giving you a rough estimate of what it can do, but that's roughly the capacity of one of those power bars, just in case you're wondering. So with 50 some odd lights that you can have, it gives you the option to obviously light the interior. If I'm doing this whole section here lit up, then it's perfect because I can just put that all just underneath there. But if I have a section here that's lit up, and then I have a section all the way down there that needs to be lit up, it looks like I'm going to be buying, you know, another power switch, another power bar. So every section where you have lights, unless you want to run a really long extension cable going from all the way at this end here, all the way down to there where it can connect with another hub, and then just put the hubs on the underside of the table. I mean, you can't really access them, and you can't really make changes if you need to, unless you crawl under the table and you do all that. And it seems kind of annoying, if anything, but it's supposed to be an easier system to expand your lighting and whatnot. But what I would probably do is I would do it section per section. So I'm going to have a number of hubs just for this area here, because I'm going to have another building. And then because this is a roadway, I'm going to have a number of cars along here, so I can add the little nano lights to each of the headlights, so it looks like the cars are on. And just like what was suggested to me, I'm going to put lights on the underside of the tunnels there. So that's going to be another 2 lights, so 1 for each side. They are pretty bright, and I'll show you here. So I'm going to, using the number 1 here, I'm going to dim it down, and you'll be able to see. So you can see that. And it dims right out. You can add a little bit of light or full blast. You can do it where this side is like that. I mean, it looks okay, and it gives you that option to do some lights dimmer than others depending on how they're exposed, but I'm sure that putting them both at full blast and then just blacking out some of the windows would make it look the most realistic. So I'm going to see if I can actually connect to the other lights here. Bear with me for a moment. Because cables aren't that long, I have to kind of sneak under the table and do it this way. So I lit up this one as well, as you can see. There's no diffusing film on there or anything yet, but once I do, then it'll look a lot more realistic. And also, I'm gonna, there we go, turn off the light. Yeah, no, that's the accessibility I have these days. So you can see how bright it really is. They're both at full blast. So that's just the comparison there. And once that one is lit up a little bit better, then we'll see how good it looks and light up the whole town. Because right now it's very, very dark. Probably should add some street lights or whatever. But yeah, just a matter of off and on. Personally, I like it. It's what works for me. It's something that I'm gonna make work for my layout. It might not be for everybody, but even if you try just a small section of your layout, if you're still building and it's not too late, just run a couple of wires and pick up a couple of hubs, a couple of different lights, because you can get different colors as well. I prefer the warm white, but I'm sure once I'm doing like the cars, I'm going to need the red lights for the brakes, the brake lights for the car, and the white will be the headlights and whatnot. But yeah, that's my review. Sorry it came so late. I'm sure a lot of people have already gone out and picked it up, or they went to their local hobby shop and they've already seen a demonstration given to them. But I just wanted to show you firsthand, how it works and how it works on my layout, and how it's going to be not necessarily a big part of it, but it's still going to be something that I'm going to be adding to it. And let's see, where we go from here. But I want to thank everybody for taking the time to, come by and watch my videos. I'm watching everybody's videos every day when I'm at work. It's good to see everybody's updates and everybody's doing well. But yeah, so I mean, if you're not a current subscriber of mine, I definitely feel free to subscribe, and you'll see more stuff like this and more layout updates. I'm not going to really do an update today because I don't really have much that I've done in the past week or so. But if you like what you see, give it a like. If you don't subscribe, hit it up, and I try to do reviews and layout updates on a weekly basis now. And yeah, just so yeah, this is just plug lighting. I think in total for all this that I picked up at the shop that I go to, I spent about, I want to say about $75 on all this. And I still have to expand. I have to get more lights and probably more hubs and more, like I'll have to get an extension hub. So that's what that gets you. Anyways, I don't want to keep you too long. So thank you for coming by and checking out the video, and have yourself a wonderful afternoon.